Evening, everyone. I'm happy to be present at today's session of EGP. And today we're going to be discussing a few questions related to the IT programming section of TNQT. And it's good to be back, guys. And I'm expecting a fair bit of crowd today. And firstly, before we start, can I get a confirmation on whether my voice is audible and whether you are able to see the screen? Please type VCAC in the chat section. You can see a chat section below the video or to the side of the video. Please type VCAC if the video is clear and if the audio is clear, respectively. So thank you guys for giving me the feedback. I hope my video and audio both are clear, on point for all of you. With this, let's get started. Cool. Okay, and I hope you have registered for the TNQT and you have prepared well for the TNQT. And of course, the registration has been closed, and I really wish that you people have prepared really well. And all the best for all of you guys. And let's begin the session with a bit of introduction to ourselves. Who are we? We are Ethnus, an edtech company from Bangalore, and we are helping students to realize their dreams, and we are doing it since the past 14 years. We provide trainings with placement assistance. For more information about trainings with placement assistance, you can go to our website www.codemithra.com, right? And this is me, and most of you would already know me. If you are new here, my name is Prashant, and I'm a software engineer at Ethnus. I develop full stack applications at Ethnus. And if you are new here, let me tell you about EGP, just a one or two lines, okay? EGP is a comprehensive program which will help you to prepare for your TNQT. And this program is a month-long program. And we have provided the practice materials and mock tests for your practice and preparation, all right? So this is all about EGP. This is Ethnus Guidance Program. And today as I said earlier, we are going to be discussing about the IT programming sections of TNQT. TNQT consists of two sections, that is cognitive and IT programming. Today, we are going to be discussing the solutions of the recently concluded mock test 3, right? That is with respect to IT programming. Before we get started, there is one last slide, guys. One last request with you guys. If you haven't joined our Telegram channel, please do join it. You'll get regular updates regarding TNQT and all other similar exams, and you can get assistance in your doubts with regards to, say, aptitude or TNQT or any matter with regards to the placement. You can ask questions and clarify it with the experts in our Telegram channel. You can also go to Telegram and search for Ethnus Codemithra. Ethnus Codemithra, or you can follow this link, which has been posted in the chat section, and that link is also visible in front of your screen. And with that said, let's get started with the main topic. And as you might already know about the contents of the IT programming section, the first topic will be programming logic. These are MCQs. 15 minutes will be the time duration for this. And the next topic would be the coding topic, all right? There you'll be given 45 minutes where you will be made to solve two questions. All right, one would be the easy version and one would be a difficult version. And let me enable my webcam. And this is me. Hi guys, once again. Vithal, good evening. Thank you for attending this session, by the way. With this start, and I think all is set now. Now let's begin with the first question. You serve major role in the simulation of dash. Pretty simple question to begin with. Can I get some quick answers? Please use the chat section actively. We'll use the chat section as a two-way communication. Well, all right. If you give the wrong answers, no worries. There is always scope for improvement, as we say here at Ethnus. All right. So, can I have some quick answers for these guys? You serve a major role in the simulation of. You serve major role in the simulation of. Let's see the answers one by one. All right. And here you can see the answer is recursion. Whenever the word recursion comes to your mind, the data structure that should appear to you is stack. All right. Recursion is associated with stack. I'm sorry, there is some technical glitch over here, but now it is solved. And yeah, recursion is associated with stack, all right? And queues are not really related to recursion because, as you know, in the C programming, in C program or any other programs, whenever you call functions, those functions will be put inside a call stack. Okay, like one function and after that in a stack manner, all right? So that is nothing but recursion. And the option B is arbitrary linked list. This is not anyways remotely related to queue because using linked list you can simulate a queue. You can simulate a stack also, but that doesn't seem more apt over here. C is limited resource allocation. This seems actually a viable option, but let's go to the fourth option, heap sort. So heap sort is all about you will have a heap data structure that is like a tree that like data structure, and then you will sort the numbers. All right, that is nothing but heap sort. Even this doesn't feel apt for this current question. The only option which will seem apt for this question is limited resource allocation, because obviously you would have studied in our operating systems that what will happen is there'll be an n number of processes, and if those processes wants to operate on some resource, they will go inside a queue, like say first come first serve, round robin, and all these algorithms, they are based on a queue. So when it comes to resource allocation, Q is the best option. All right. So the option is C. Answer is C. I'm sorry. Or D. Answer is C. Right. So it's like if you want to get something, some vegetables or something. Imagine if you go to a grocery store, and if you want to buy something, and that something is nothing but your resource. And if there are a lot of crowd in the grocery store, you'll stand in a queue. So that is nothing but the grocer, the shop owner is having the resource and you have to access that resource. So you form a queue, isn't it? So yeah, that is how you think intuitively. All right. Recursion. Nishant says recursion. I'm sorry, Nishant. Recursion is always associated with stack and not queue. Be very careful about that. Hemant, nice to see you. Good evening. Vithal says A. So Vithal, the answer is C. Right. With this, let's go to the next question. Guys, one, as I always say, even if you do not know the answer, just attempt it, because if you just attempt or guess or something, there is very good probability that your answer might be right. All right. Yeah, attempting is always better than not answering at all, isn't it? So I encourage you to actively into this webinar and be with me. All right. So with this, let us go to the next question. The type of software testing you can do when you both have the source code and the executable code in hand is called as. This is a software engineering question. You have both the source code and the executable code, and what sort of a testing you would do on that. I'll give you a hint, I'll drop you a hint. Eliminate the options. All right, if you do not know, much about, if you aren't familiar with the question, try to eliminate. Use your intuition and try to eliminate. That is the key over here. Can I get some quick answers? I'll give you around 20 seconds. 20 seconds is more than enough, I guess. Okay, all right. I can see certain things. So here the answer is, before directly telling the answer, I'll just, I myself will try to eliminate the answers, all right? The first option is black box testing. So what is black box? Yeah, something that is called a black box means you do not know what is inside it. Like, say, you have heard the term black box everywhere. Whenever some flight crashes or anything, we'll hear the term about. We'll hear this term black box. So black box is something that you do not know the contents of, right? That is black box. And B is red box testing. We might not be sure about what is red box testing. Option C is white box testing. See, black and white are opposite, isn't it? So in the black box, you wouldn't be knowing what is the content of the box. But in white box, you would be knowing what is the content of the box, right? And yeah, that is white box testing. Option D is blue box testing. They have told you clearly that you have the source code and the executable code. Like in a typical software that you use, say you use Microsoft Word, and you use other softwares like Explorer and Visual Studio Code and all those things. As an end user, you won't be having the source code for Microsoft Word, isn't it? You don't have the code, and you wouldn't have the executable code. Like, you don't have the source code at all. All right. So you have the final software. When you test it without having the source code, that is called black box testing. All right. If you test the code with you knowing all the contents of the software, like if you test the software with you knowing all the contents of the software, what are the contents of the software? The source code, obviously. If you do such type of testing, it is C, white box testing. All right. And great, Hemant and Rutu, very well done, white box testing. So shall I ask you a question? How many of you knew about testing? Like, I'm not sure in all the curriculum, do they teach software engineering or not? How many of you knew about this concept? Please let me know in the chat section, right? So if you didn't know, obviously the answer is elimination. Through elimination, you have to do it. When it comes to there are other types of testing also, like red box testing. Red box testing is also called user acceptance testing. That is the last stage of testing, all right? And there is blue box testing is actually nothing. There is no such thing called blue box testing, right? And with that, let's go to the next question. What will be the output of the given program? These are your options. They have used the shorthand subtract operator and the unary subtraction operator. And I believe unary subtractor operator is one of the favorite questions, favorite brain teaser type questions when it comes to your interviews and all those things. That is one of the basic questions, but anyways, that is exciting and it is fun to answer such type of questions, isn't it? Can I get some options for this, guys? What will be the output of the below program? There is no, there is just a main method. I'll give you around 20 seconds for this. If you have any sheet with you, you can work it out. Or honestly, you don't need any sheets for this. You can mentally work it out if you, you know. if you can. So what is the output of the below program? Cool. So let us see. Here we have x is equal to 10, y, z. All right. Then we have z equal to y equal to x. So what does this line do? This will, finally, after this, x will 10, y will be 10, and z will be 10. All the three will be 10 because this statement is weighted from left to right. Right. I'm sorry, from right to left is evaluated, this statement. So x and y and z will be 10, 10, 10. All right. And then y is equal to, and in this line, what happens is, let me just grab an eraser. So in this line, what happens is y minus equals x minus minus. I apologize for my terrible handwriting. I always had this sort of handwriting, and the mouse makes it more worse. All right. So this is nothing but y is equal to y minus x minus minus. All right. So x minus minus is post decrement operator. All right. So x minus minus will be x itself. That is 10. Y equal to y minus 10. That is y equal to 10 minus 10. That is 0. So your middle term should be 0. So this option can be eliminated. That is not option C, because here you can see you are printing x, y, and z. Y is 0, and here y is 1. So option C is eliminated. And in this line, what you see is z minus, see, this can be written as z is equal to z minus minus x. Right. And what is z here? Z is 10 minus, and what is minus minus x? Here we did x minus minus. So now in this line, the option is x is equal to 9. And if you do minus minus x, immediately, like in the pre-decrement operator, it will immediately decrement the value. So from 9, it'll go to 8. 10 minus 8, all right? What is 10 minus 8? It is 2. So z equal to 2. And when it comes to z equal to 2, you can eliminate this option too, because here z is equal to 3. So this option is not good. So this option is also not correct. So one of A or D should do here. And in the last line, we do x is equal to x minus, all right, minus minus x minus x minus minus. So what is minus minus x? X was 8, minus minus x will be 7. And here x minus minus would be, x minus minus would be 7 itself, because it is you know post decrement. And what is x minus? Let me move my screen over here. Just move myself here. And what is, apologies, guys. There seems to be some audio lag. I'm back. Apologize for that. But yeah, what is x minus 7 minus 7? 7 minus 7 is obviously 0. All right. What is x currently? X is 7. So answer would be A. Right. Hemant, yes, you are right. The answer is 702. So Ritu, it is not 812, it is 7 0 and 2. Hemant, you are right. And yeah, Hemant, you have told that you have, thank you for the feedback, by the way. You told that you have encountered this term called white box testing. And it's good to know, guys, because in some syllabus, the software engineering is taught, probably in the 8th semester or so. I believe most of you have studied software testing and all, but most syllabus doesn't cover software testing, right? So that is the reason. So yeah, the answer is option A, 702. So what does the following piece of code do? So there is a piece of code over here. What does this following piece of code do? So there is some function, there is some root. You first print the data and go to left and right. So what does this function do? And the options are pre-order traversal, in-order traversal, post-order traversal, and breadth-first traversal. And this is a tree, obviously. Since there is a root there, we assume that it's a tree. And in a tree, you can also do breadth first traversal, guys. Tree is nothing but a graph, isn't it? In graph, you have BFS and DFS, all right? So in a graph, similarly in a tree, you have BFS and DFS. BFS is your regular traversal, where you will do a level order traversing. And your DFS is nothing but your pre-order, in-order, and post-order traversal. And the traversal, let's see what is in-order, pre-order, and post-order traversal. In in-order traversal, first you'll go to the left, and then root, then right. In pre-order, root, left, right. Post-order is left, right, root. So here the option is, first option here is answer A. Because you're going to the root, left, right. We'll say RT, left, right. This is pre-order traversals, all right? You have to know about these things, guys. Also, if given a tree, you have to, print the tree. Some question will be like this: given a tree, you have to just, say what is the pre-order and the post-order traversals and all. You have to be very, very familiar with these things. Just remember the term root, left, right is pre-order, because pre means the root comes at first. In order means the root comes in the middle, left, root, right, and the post-order means left, right, and root, right? I hope that is clear with all of you. With that, let us move to the next question. What will be the output of the following C code? There's a simple C code over here. What will be the output of this? I'll give you around 30 seconds for this. Let me know the output of this code. So cool, I can get some answers already. And I hope it is pretty simple. So let's see how does this work, all right? So firstly, you have int k is equal to 5, right? And then you have int star p is equal to ampersand k. Ampersand k is nothing but the address of operator. And then you have int star star m, that is pointed to a pointer. So this is int pointer, and this is pointer to int pointer. This will have the value of 5. All right, let's work out as if it is in the memory. So we will have something like known as 5, and this will be k. And then you have in this line, what will happen is there is a pointer p that will point to the memory location of k. And then here there'll be a pointer to a pointer which will point at the memory location of p. That is m will point to this. And now we are printing k. K is 5. And here star p. Star p is nothing but this 5. and star star P star M is this, right? That is the address of P. And again, one more star is this one, 555. So answer is A, 555. All right. So this is how you have to visualize the memory and all. Double pointers and triple pointers and all those things will be, pointers are pretty much important. All right. And it is the one of the most important and most confusing topics of C. You have to be very familiar with the concept of pointers. Right. Cool, guys. So I hope you got it right. Most of you have got it right. So good going, guys. Great going. Great going, guys. And with this, let's move on to the next question. What will be the output of the following program? This is like a large code. I'll give you around 30 seconds. Please read this code and give me some answers, guys. And with this, guys, please show some energy. All right. You are pretty nearing to the examinations, and I request you to please show some energy. All right. You guys are definitely capable of more than what you're doing it currently. All right. You're very, very capable. So let's have some, very active interactions. All right. So can I get some answers for this? What will be the output of the following program? All right. Cool, guys. So yes, well done, Hemant. You have answered most of the questions right. And let's see if you have answered this right also. What about others, Nishant, Rutu, and all? Guys, need some, some Chelsea. If I'm saying your name right, has said B. Let's see here. Here you can see there's an abstract class in the first piece of code, abstract class shape, and there is abstract method. So what is an abstract class? It's a restricted class, right? That no, you cannot create objects. What is a restricted class? You really can't create objects out of it. You have to extend that class and then you can create objects. What is an abstract method, you ask? A method which has no body, no, method definition. Like a definition would be there, but the body won't be there. So that is not required abstract method, all right? And there is one more in the next piece of code. If you see, we have extended the triangle, and here we see public final void disp. This is nothing but overriding, right? Overriding. Here you have disp with no method, and here you have overridden it, and then you're printing something triangle. Okay, fine. Until now, it has been good. And here class rectangle extends triangle. Yes, you can extend it. And then you have public void disp. Here you are overriding, and here you can see this is final. This disp method is final and cannot be overridden. This cannot be overridden. There is no extra R here. Overridden. This cannot be overridden. And that is because the method is final. And if the method is final, it cannot be overridden. All right. If some variable is final, then that is like a constant variable. You cannot change it. And there is final parameter and final class. Final class means you cannot extend a class. That class is like independent, like it cannot be extended further. So that is the final keyword. So two takeaways over here: learn all the keywords, final keyword and abstract keyword, and their various scenarios, like say final methods, final classes and final variables. And when it comes to abstract, that is abstract classes and abstract methods, all those things you have to be familiar with. And here you can say, since it cannot be overridden, the answer is a runtime error. And it is not option C, guys. So some of you have said it is C, but it is not C. It is runtime error because overriding. This is overriding. So it's something error related to overriding. And overriding is obviously runtime polymorphism. So option is A, runtime error. Option is not C, option A. Ajit, you have said B, unfortunately, error. So that is the reason. The main takeaway is be very, very careful while reading each and every line. All right, each and every line, and you have to know the meaning of each and every keyword out there. Can't be really vague, guys. And because you are competing with the whole of India. Imagine TNQT is a huge examination, and the the number of people taking the test is very huge. Careful reading is the difference between a person who is person who cracks a good rank and a person who doesn't. All right, good comprehension is very, very important apart from knowledge. That being said, let's move on to the next question. For the given tree, for the given tree, write the pre-order traversal. For the given tree, write the pre-order traversal. Earlier to this, I told pre-order, post-order, and in-order are pretty important. And here they have given you a tree. Write the pre-order traversal. For your information, FYI, pre-order traversal is root, left, and right. Can you work it out, guys? Can you please work it out? And without working out, if you can tell, it's well and good. Can I get some answers for this? So Hemant, it is just me. Yeah, the stream had been lagging actually. You just refresh the YouTube once again, and you'll be back again. All right. I have corrected certain issues that was there with my bandwidth, and now the stream should be all right. Let me do a thing. Let me just hide my myself so that you can get a much better experience. So yes, with this you would be able to get better bandwidth. So Hemant, you should know Java actually. Knowing Java is very much important for cracking TNQT because most of the object-oriented programs are asked from Java itself. You have to know Java. Never mind if you don't Java, if you do not know Java, it's not a problem at all. You just make sure that you learn all the important questions, and with these questions, you can crack. With learning these questions, you can backtrack and learn the relevant concepts, and then you are good to go. Like what that is what you do most of the times, all right? If you do not know a concept and you have very little days, just go through all the questions. With that questions, you will discover more and more concepts. Just keep reading all of those, and in a few days you'll be good to go. And this is applicable for everybody, guys. This is a tip. And with this, let me just work out this problem. They're given a tree. So let us see. So first we'll start here, 2. We'll print 2 and then left, right? Now we'll go here, left. And then again, we have to print root 2, 7. And we have printed left. And is there a left? We have printed root. Is there a left? Yes, there is a left. And we'll go here and we'll print 2. And is there a left? Yes, 6. We'll go here. We'll print 6. And here, this is the root. Is there a left? No, there is no left. And is there a right? There is no right. So what you do is you go one level up. Now you come here, right? And then you print the right. You have already printed root, and you have already printed left, and you have to print right according to this uh, this particular formula. And now we'll print 5. This is the order of you traversing the binary tree. So you'll finally end up at 27265. You can go further, but let's not waste any time. We'll just compare this 27265 with the options over here. You can see option A says 27265, well and good. Option B says 2752. The initial few terms are 2752, that is wrong. And this says 2511 and so, that is wrong. And 256, this 2756 is also wrong. So the correct option must be option A. So whenever you are whenever you have a big, very large question in front of you, a question that is extensive, what you do is you solve the partial questions and you check the options, all right? Most probably that is only like 25% you have to do, and then you can check with all the options. And that will save you a lot of time, trust me. Yes. And with this, the option is A. And most of you would have got it right, I'm pretty sure. Even if you make any mistakes, most probably it would be like, nervousness or something. But do not be nervous, guys. Be very, very active. Your confidence should be very high. All right. You improve your confidence by answering more and more questions, and you are attempting more and more questions. That is how your confidence will increase. And Kanaya is asking, sir, मेरा email ID wrong हुआ है. क्या करूँ कल मेरा पेपर TNQT है. Kanaya, please contact the TCS help center. Okay, you go to the TNQT official website where you have registered for the exam, and then you can go there and you can contact the TNQT people, and they will definitely address your queries. And TNQT, people are very friendly. The staff there are very, very friendly. I hope that your query would be answered, and I wish you all the best, Kanaya. Hemant says 272 option A. Yes, Hemant, you're right. That was the answer for the previous question. So here, let's come to this question. Select the correct value of I from the given options. There's int I is equal to scanf, and you're reading two integers. Which is the right answer? I'll give you around 10 seconds, guys. Please answer it. It's a very straightforward question. Cool. Well done, guys. Very well done. Very well done, guys. So yes, most of you would be knowing this. This is a low-level scanf. Everybody would be knowing that scanf is used to read the arguments, but they wouldn't be knowing the minor detail. What does scanf return? Scanf is indeed a function. It is a predefined function in stdio. But what would it return? Scanf returns the number of variables scanned. Scanf returns number of variables scanned from obviously the standard input. So here there are two variables being read or being scanned. The option is 2. And some we had some queries, asking that how do we read C thoroughly and how do we get better in C? Like if I were to give you suggestions, there is a book called K&R, K&R C book. Dennis Ritchie and Brian Kernighan has authored that C book. If you read that C book entirely, yeah, that is at your set. Be it any exam, TNQT or GATE or any other competitive exams, your C aspect of the thing is done. That is the best book for learning C. And obviously, I wouldn't recommend it now if you haven't read it, because there's only barely a few days for TNQT. So you have to practice more and more, guys. Right? So yeah, this is nothing but this is it. I just wanted to give you a word of advice. That's it. And yeah, this is nothing but a scanf returns the number of variables scanned from the standard input. And what does printf return? Any idea? Yes, exactly. The printf returns an integer value, right? That integer value is the total number of characters printed. That is what printf returns. Cool. With that, let's go to the next question. Select the correct value. Oh, this question is repeated. I'm sorry about that. Here you have in the hashing technique, hash function takes a dash as input and returns the dash value of that key in order to identify the index of the array. The hash function takes something as an input and returns some value that the key of the key in order to identify that index. Which are these two? What it takes as an input and what it returns. Let's see. This question, I really like this question. Hashing is like an advanced concept, I'd say. Whenever if you are into competitive programming and all those things, you'll be familiar with hashing. But never mind. I'll tell you what is hashing exactly. So what happens here is, you have a function, isn't it? Say in mathematics, you have a function f of x is equal to 2x. There's nothing but a function. Hash is also a function. No different than this. All right. So what if I give you x is equal to 2 and f of x would be 4. Similarly, say let's say h of x. H of x is nothing but a hashing function, right? Hash function. If you give some value, say 3 or something, it will return some hash value. It will return a hash. And this function is a one-way function. What do you mean by one-way function? So if I give you the value of 4, that is f of x, and if I ask you what is the value of x, the value of x is 2, because with 4 you can say it is the value of x is 2, because f of x is 2x. This is nothing but these are two-way functions. But when it comes to this hashing function, it's a one-way function. That is, given a value, given this x value, you can calculate the hash. But given the hash, you cannot back calculate the value, the original value. That is nothing but a one-way function. And the value that you pass over here, that is this value, is called the key. So the option is, so these two can be eliminated, A and B can be eliminated. And obviously, what is the result? Result is hash. The answer is D, key and a hash. It'll take a key of as an input and it'll return a hash value of that key. All right. So this is not got how a hash function works. If I have to give you a more elaborate version, here you can see this is nothing but hashing. This is the process of hashing. Imagine if I give you the three keys: John Smith, Lisa Smith, and Sandra D, and you have to. The requirement is you have to query these keys in. Sorry, not O of n, O of 1. You have two options. That is, store it in an array and store it in hash table. Storing it in array is not efficient, okay, because it will occupy more space than required. So it is not efficient. And storing it in hash table is very, very efficient, because what it does is, here you can see it's a key. Hash function will calculate the particular hash and will put it into buckets, all right? This bucket, and this will go into this hash function will calculate some value, some hash value, and they'll put it into this one, all right? That is how the hash function work. And that is hash function is very hashing is required. A hash table is required for instantaneous lookup of a record. So this is nothing but hashing. And I hope hashing is pretty clear for all of you guys. So yeah, Hemant, the option is option D, right? Option D is the right answer. And I hope I have cleared what the concepts of hashing to you guys. With this, let us move on to the next topic, that is hands-on coding. And here in the hands of coding, you will have two questions. Like here are details with regards to hands-on coding. You'll have two questions, and the time duration to solve this topic is 45 minutes. Within 45 minutes, there'll be 15 minutes dedicated to one question and 30 minutes dedicated to another question. Obviously, the first question is easy, the second question is difficult. I would say collectively, this whole topic is a bit difficult than your other topics like IT program and your other topics of, say, programming logic, aptitude, and all those things. When compared to those topics, hands on coding is a tad difficult. But here we are here to make it easy to you guys. So this is the section, guys. If you have any doubts, do not hesitate. Directly ask me, or ask me until you get your doubts cleared in the chat section. All right. And again, this is a non-adaptive type topic, high difficulty, 2 questions. With this, let us move on to the first question. Very easy question. Given n years, check if the year is valid year or not. If it is a valid year, check if it is a leap year. Print for leap year if it is a leap year and not leap year if the year is not a leap year. If the year is not a valid year, then print invalid year. You can see the input and output format. Instead of me reading out the question, I suggest you guys, I'll give you around a minute. Please read this question, right? Please read this question and make a mental note of what the question is asking and what the question is demanding. Because, reading is very, very important. I really can't, stress how important is reading when it comes to coding topics, all right? Read this question, guys, and make a mental note of it, and check out if you didn't understand the question, then look into your this section. All right, test cases, sample input on output. This is if you didn't understand. If you didn't understand the problem, refer this section. I'll give you a minute, guys. Please read this before we jump onto the code. Yes, Hemant, the answer is key and hash for the previous question. Well done. Kanaya, again, I'll tell you, please contact the TNQT staff, because we are not TNQT. We are just a training organization. We are not associated with the TCS, so you have to contact them. So if your email ID is wrong, or if you have any problems with respect to the TNQT examination, go to the website of TNQT where you have registered for the test, and you can contact them. In the last section, there'll be a contact page. Contact them. You can speak to them over the phone, or you can mail them your issue. They'll definitely sort it to you. So I guess you have read the question, guys. Let us move on to the code now. Let me open the code pad. Where it is. Yeah. Here is code pad, and here is your solution. Guys, this is Python. All right. If you do not know Python, then no worries, because Python is very, very easy to comprehend, to understand. So if you do not know Python, then no need to panic or something. I'll explain the important topics. If you do not know Python, I'll explain the code step by step. I believe you guys have done all these algorithms and flowchart in your first year, isn't it? Python is very, very similar to your typical algorithms. Right? How you write your pseudocode and all, isn't it, in your first year? Like, make a sum of two numbers or so, you used to write pseudocode, isn't it? Python is very, very similar to pseudocode, right? You can ask your friends who know Python. It's very, very easy. And that is the main reason why I am showing the Python code over here. And, even if you think that, knowing Python, like not knowing Python, is a problem, then no worries, right? the main thing in coding question is that you have to understand the logic, and then comes coding. So logic from logic comes coding, and not the other way. So if you're familiar with the logic, then you can implement it in your own language. So I stress upon this, guys. Please work on your logic beforehand, before you write the actual code. Please don't, start typing the moment you, get the question. So again, I'm telling you, please do work on your logic. That is much, much important than coding. With this, let us start, right? And, we'll have some small theory session, all right? Every year, which is a leap year, is exactly divisible by 4. All right. Here you can see I've written down this. And except for years that are exactly divisible by 100, right? Those years are not leap years. So every year which is divisible by 4 is a leap year. But every year which is divisible by 100 is not a leap year. And in the third line, you can see the years are leap years if they are divisible by 400, exactly divisible by 400. So if given an year, if it is divisible by 4 and if it is divisible by 400, it's a leap year. If it is divisible by 100 and not divisible by 400, it is not a leap year. This is a simple logic, so we have to implement this. And here you can see this is nothing but the start. In Python, you do not have a main function. Of course, you have a main function, but that is not really required. This is where you start, guys. In the line number 28, you start over here. Here you can see TC is equal to input. Input is nothing but your printf, all right? You'll read whatever is there in the standard input. And what is there in the test case looks like this. The first line is the number of test cases. You'll read the number of test cases. And then in the line number 33, you'll convert the test cases to an integer, because everything that Python reads is as string. So you need to convert that test cases as an integer. And then in the line number 37, you have a for loop. That is how we write a for loop in Python for I in the range of TC, all right? So it will traverse a TC number of times. If TC is 3, then this loop will run 3 times. And in each instance of the loop, you'll take an year of the input, all right? And on taking the year of input, next there is an if else. If year dot is numeric, then check leap year. Otherwise, invalid year. What does this line say? If the year is numeric year, that is, if the year is actually a number, remember in the question, you have to check whether the given year is a number or not. Sometimes there will be a number, and sometimes it will be a negative number, and sometimes it will be not a number. And for a negative number and for something which is not a number, you really can't calculate a leap year and so. So in the line number 40, what you're doing is you are checking if the year is numeric or not. Is numeric will check whether the number is positive. The number should be positive, otherwise it'll return false. Then you check leap year. You're calling a function. That is how we call a function in Python, just like your C language. And you'll pass the year as a parameter. So let us see what is happening in check leap year function. In the check leap year function, in the first line, you can see. Now remember how to check a leap year. The year should be divisible by 4. Year should be divisible by 400. Then there's a leap year. If the year is divisible by 100 and not divisible by 400, then it's not a leap year. All right. And with this, let us check out the function check leap year. In the line number 11, we have year mod 4 equal to 0. Yes, if the year is divisible by 0, then what we do is we print a leap year. All right. And in the very next if statement, if the year is divisible by 4 and if the year is divisible by 100, then in that case, if the year is divisible by 4 and divisible by 100, then in that case it's not a leap year. So you print not a leap year. And in the third line, you see, if the year is divisible by 400, that means it has passed all the barriers. First and two if loops it has already passed. If the year is divisible by 400, then it is a leap year. I hope I'm not confusing you guys. So here you can see this statement will be executed when year is divisible by 4 and 100 and 400. And this will be executed when when year is divisible by 4, divisible by 100, and not divisible by 400. So this is not a leap year. And this statement will be printed. When will this statement be printed? When divisible by 4 and divisible by 4 and not divisible by 100 and not divisible by 100. Example 2020. I hope this makes more sense to you guys now. This is a complex statement, complex if else statement. There are many nested if else statements. It'll be very so you have to like take a statement and you have to backtrack it. With this in mind, I believe it is much simpler to you guys. I'll give you a minute or so just that you can read this question. So if you didn't get the hang of this question, just check this out again. All right. Just read this code once again. I am sure you will get it. The first time you won't, the first time, anytime, guys, while reading a code, the first time you'll feel that you're not getting anything. The second time you read the code, you'll be like, you're understanding something. The third and fourth time you're reading the code, you'll be like, you'll understand each and every part of the code. That is how reading the code works. And whenever you go to the industry, same case, you have to read a lot of code. So I stress upon this also, not for immediate, reasons, but later when you go to your jobs and all, you will be reading a lot of code. All right. So if you didn't understand this function check leap year, then read it again. And if you do not understand whatsoever, then no worries. You can just return back once again, and then you can take a look at this code once again. And then after you take a look at this code once or twice or thrice, you'll definitely understand everything. For your simplicity, I've written down everything, what all things would happen and all. And this would make your reading much more easier, right? I'll leave it like this for a minute or so, just that you guys can read through this code. Read it, guys. Read the code, please. And with that, after a minute, we'll move on to the next question. The next question is, pretty. Next question is a difficult question. It's a 30-minute question, and be prepared for that. So, okay, guys, if you didn't get the question, no worries. This video would be available in our YouTube channel. Please check out our YouTube channel so that you can go through the video again and you can pause somewhere near 55 minutes and you can take a look at this code. Due to time scarcity, we'll move on to the next question. Right? Let me just hide the code pad. Next question. Right? And again, this question is pretty complex. Instead of me reading out to you, that may confuse you. I'll give you a minute or so. Can you read this question, guys? If the question is not visible or something, please let me know. I just zoom in. And in this question, they say, there are n number of monkeys sitting in branches of a huge tree. All right. Let me just draw it for you. So here there is a road, all right. There is a road like this, and there are n monkeys. And here there are tourists. There are tourists, all right. And they throw bananas and peanuts for the monkeys, bananas and peanuts. So what does monkeys do is they cross the road. They come here and eat either bananas or peanuts, and then they go to the other side. All right. Out of n monkeys, there'll be n bananas. Let me see. Is that n? Yeah. K, sorry. N monkeys, and the number of bananas will be k. Number of peanuts will be j. And they've given one more two variables, m and p. Oh, sorry. The total number of bananas are m, and the total number of peanuts are p. Where's the result? M and P. So this is the number of bananas and this is the number of peanuts. So each monkey can eat either A bananas or else J peanuts. Okay, this is it. N monkeys will be there, and a tourist will throw M bananas and P peanuts, and every monkey will come, and monkeys will have either maximum of either K bananas or J peanuts. After having the bananas and peanuts, they'll go. And since there are limited number of M and P number of bananas and peanuts, not every monkey can come and eat and cross the road. All right, there'll be some monkeys left in the branch. So what is the number of monkeys left? Number of monkeys left. What is the number of monkeys left? Here you can see in the test cases what they tell is sample input is this is number of monkeys, and this is the number of peanuts the monkeys can eat, and this is the number of this is K, and this is the number of peanuts. I mean, there is the number of bananas that the monkeys can eat, and 3 is the number of peanuts that the monkeys can eat. This is the maximum number of bananas, that is M. This is the maximum number of peanuts, that is P. The sample output is 10. How did we arrive the sample output is 10? Let's see. There are 20 monkeys, all right? We have 12 bananas and 12 peanuts. Each monkey can eat either 2 bananas or 3 peanuts, right? So here what we do is we take 20 and we divide it by, sorry, don't take 20, we take 12 and divide it by 2. We get 6. So 6 monkeys can eat all the 12 bananas. And we have 12 peanuts, we divide it by 3 and we get 4. 4 monkeys can eat peanuts. 6 monkeys can eat bananas. 4 monkeys can eat peanuts. Total that 20, so 6 plus 4 is 10 monkeys. So 10 minus 2 is 20. I mean 21 is 10 is 10. 10 monkeys will be remaining. So the answer is 10 in the sample output. So this is how it works, guys. So this is nothing but the logic. Once you have worked out the logic, you can go directly to the code, dive into the code. Let me just show you the code right away. This is not the code, right? Yeah, this is the code, C language. I hope all of you are familiar with the C language. So you can see we have N in the line number 7, we have N, K, J, and P. and we have 8 banana and 8 peanut, and then you'll scan all the numbers in the standard input, and if any of the numbers are negative, in that case you'll print invalid input. All right, that you have to remember. If any numbers are invalid, then print invalid input. If the numbers are valid, you'll go to the main logic. We just now worked out the logic on the whiteboard. According to that logic, here you can see if k equal to 0, k is greater than 0, k is greater than 0. That means peanuts are still available. That will be true, else false. We'll see 8 banana is equal to seal of m slash k. Just now we did that, right? So there's nothing but 12 by 3. Wait, 12 by 3. Sorry, this is banana, so 12 by 2. That is 6 monkeys can eat all the banana. Okay. There are there are still some bananas left. Then what we do is we do this. I mean, still some peanuts. This is banana. If there are still some peanuts left, then what you do is you calculate the seal of p by j. That is 12 by 3. That is 4. 4 monkeys, all the peanuts. All right. So why are we doing a seal? Because see, imagine if you have 12 bananas and there are 5 monkeys, right? Yeah, not 5 monkeys. There are 12 bananas, and each monkey can eat 5 peanuts. Like there are 12 bananas, and each monkey can eat 5 bananas. First monkey will eat 5 banana, and the second monkey will eat another 5 bananas. The remaining number of bananas is 2. The third monkey eats these 2 bananas and they'll cross the road. Because the third monkey doesn't have all the 5 bananas, he'll eat 2 and then they'll cross the road. Yeah, that is what has been given in the question. The last monkey will eat whatever is remaining. He'll not check for the number of this many number of bananas, but he'll eat whatever is remaining and then he'll eat and cross the road. That is how it works. So 6 plus 4. So this is why you're doing the seal function. And then we do n is equal to n minus 8 banana minus 8 peanut. Then we'll arrive at some number and that we print. Number of monkeys left on the tree is int of n. Right? That is how we do. I don't need to print all these things. Yeah. We'll print the final answer. Right. So this is how you do it, guys. I leave this code for a minute just for you guys to absorb this code and to understand the core logic. In fact, we have already worked out the core logic. Main thing is core logic, guys. If you understand the logic, then you are set. Trust me. I just leave it for a minute and then we'll call it a day. So that is it, guys. I've hidden the code, and yeah, that is it. We have come to the end of the session. And with this, I'd like to wish you all the best again. Before we conclude, I'd like to wish all the very best again, because I believe we at Ethnus have helped you a lot in you getting the concepts right. And if you haven't understood anything or you have doubts in anything, please join our Telegram group. And the link for our Telegram group is right here. You can go to Telegram and search for Ethnus space code Mitra and join the Telegram group, and you can, you know, get whatever is being whatever new news are there. You can just read all these things, and if you have any updates or so, we will put it on our Telegram group, right? And with the very few days remaining for your TNQT, prepare well, guys. Prepare well. Solve a lot of questions. Solve for those questions which you didn't know the answer. Look into certain topics. Look into those topics and resolve it again and again. The coding section is very, very important, guys. Once you crack the coding section, you're done. Trust me. It's not like you have to, you can ignore the other sections, but once you do the coding sections well, be assured that you are qualified, right? With, in fact, good performances in the other section. And this is again our Telegram group. Please join our Telegram group for your regular updates with regards to TNQT or any other exam. Finally, as students, you guys want to get placed, and this pandemic period is a very, very harsh period to get placed, and it's a very bad time to be a student. And we at Ethnus, we understand this, and we proactively help you to get placed. All right, we've been doing this since the past 14 years, and we'll do it for you guys too. We'll help you realize your dreams. All right, you can join our Telegram group for that. And with this is the final slide. Thank you, guys. You have dedicated nearly 1 hour 30 minutes for the session. I really, really thank you, guys, and I congratulate you for making it through the end of the session. And and I wish you all the very best to crack the TNQT. And I